Rumors are that allegedly Portia Gubadia has a new best friend in Atlanta. Who is it? And is the friendship genuine? Well, I have some new information that may answer all of those questions and more right after this. What's up, kinfolk? And welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, do me a favor and subscribe. And if you already are subscribed, do me a favor and get notified, so you'll know whenever I upload new videos to the channel. Alright, kinfolk, come on into the house. We have a lot to talk about, and it centers around rumors that allegedly Portia Gubadia has a new best friend in Atlanta. Who is it? And is the friendship genuine? Well, I have some new information that may answer all of those questions and more, and here it goes. Rumors are that Portia Gubadia is making a huge power play behind the scenes. Sources were shocked to learn about Portia's latest stunt and believe if she plays it right, it could work in her favor. The source said, Portia is smart and seems to have learned from some of her past mistakes. She knows what she wants and is determined to get it. The source continued, many of the current issues Portia was facing was lack of proximity. When Portia decided to wholeheartedly pursue Simon and becoming Mrs. Gubadia, she lost a sense of identity and focus, said the source. This was never the right play to make. However, Portia felt it was needed, and the isolation cost her. So now, said the source, she is ready to reclaim her spot now that she has secured the marriage license. So the question is, what stunt is Portia allegedly trying to pull off, and with who? Well, industry insiders say that Portia's new alleged plan to return to the Real Housewives of Atlanta franchise has her trying to become besties with Kenya. The insider continued, Portia is so transparent. Look, she knows she's an outsider and has to once again become an insider if she wants to regain her peach. It's never good to not have a connection with a current cast member. If you are trying to return, then this connection is super important. The source continued, I speculate Portia saw how successful Cynthia was in regaining a place back in front of the Real Housewives of Atlanta cameras. She was successful at it solely because she kept herself in the loop and didn't isolate herself from the ladies in order to secure a husband. If anything, Cynthia has shown Portia what many of Portia's family, friends, and own team has been trying to get her to see. And it's the simple fact that husbands can come and go. But if played correctly, these housewife checks can last forever. Now that Portia has secured her marriage licenses to Simon, sources believe we will start to see a bigger effort by Portia to reclaim her peach. It's time, continued the source. Portia realizes the longer she's away from the Real Housewives of Atlanta platform, the more her stock goes down and the more her negotiation power starts to lose its strength. So, if befriending Kenya is what is needed to get her back on the show, then I'm not surprised that she is not willing to do it. Now, kinfolk, when I first heard these rumors over the weekend about Portia allegedly trying to become besties with Kenya in order to regain her spot on the show, I was not surprised, as I am usually not surprised about a lot of these alleged housewife stunts. But I will say this about this very vain attempt, and it's this. It was very odd seeing Portia so buddy with Kenya in Brooklyn at Ace's birthday party. It was odd because, one, Portia didn't invite Kenya to her wedding. And I say that because Portia has made it very clear in the past that, she and Kenya are just not friends. They are not buddy buddy. They're not someone. They're not a group of people or a dynamic that gets along. They fundamentally have differences, and they fundamentally have different value sets. Not saying one person's value set is better than the other, but Portia just made it very clear in the past that they are not friends. And it was so odd seeing her so buddy with Kenya over the weekend or last week, because to me, if you are not genuinely someone's friend, then there is no need to engage in them with, one-on-one pictures and pictures with their child, and this big PR stunt of posting them on social media. I just feel like if you have made it known very clearly that you and a person are not on the same page when it comes to a friendship, then that's what you should leave it at. It should have been just a hi, how are you, and a nice, pleasant bye, and continue to, talk to other people at the party. Now, I'm not saying that two grown women can't put aside their differences for their children and for the sake of, the environment and the event. But I just say all that to say was just very odd. And if you are very buddy or have moved past with your issues with Kenya, I felt like that maybe you then would have invited her to your wedding, because there are a lot of people who are at Portia's wedding in the Bravo universe who I'm sure she doesn't have an everyday personal relationship with. Not even close enough to invite them to a very special day. Now, Kinfolk, it is another part of this rumor that I do find very interesting, and it's this. Without a doubt, Cynthia has really breathed new life into Portia's efforts in trying to return to the Real Housewives of Atlanta franchise. And I think that the new breath of life that she gave Portia in her efforts is showing Portia that you really do have to stay connected to the current cast of ladies on the show. It is really one of your only in routes back on the show if you ever try to get back on or want to get back to the platform as an official peach holder. And that is just something Portia just did not do. And I think she may have taken like maybe a Nene approach to where I'm kind of like the star of the show, so I don't have to keep in contact with these ladies, and their production or the network wants me to come back, they know where to find me. But we see how that has worked actually not so well in Nene's favor. Not having that current cast of ladies who are willing to go to bat for you even when you left in a very negative way. And we've seen how that having those connections have actually worked in favor for some housewives, i.e. Sheree and Kenya. So I do believe that, Cynthia getting back on the show has breathed new life into Portia's efforts. However, I think that Portia is still going to have some issues if she tries to take the same route that Cynthia tried to take, simply because Portia is, one, not universally loved, allegedly, by the network and producers. And so also any attempts, I feel like, to befriend a current cast member would really come off as not very genuine. It would come off very much like, hey, I have an agenda and I need your help in helping me pull that agenda off. But we will see. Now, Kinfolk, there's another part of this rumor that I find very funny. But it's Portia. What else can you expect? And it's this. It was funny seeing Portia pop up at this party. Now, I'm sure that Kandi did genuinely invite her. But in the back of my mind, I just feel like it's funny because, here the ladies were pretty much in mid-season filming, or pretty much probably past the halfway point in filming. And producers decided to bring Cynthia back on the show as a friend of the show. And in seeing that, I can only imagine how Portia's mind probably went into scheming and plotting. And she probably was like, hey, the next cast event or the next event that y'all having as a group, whether it's being filmed or not, I'm going to be there. And I'm going to be there in full force. And we saw that. Portia was taking more pictures of this party than the actual photographer was. And it was just very clear and transparent that she, it's all speculation and alleged information. But the amount of pictures that she took, the amount of places and different scenes, scenarios she was in at the party, it just made it very transparent that she had an agenda. And I think the agenda could have been to show fans, even producers maybe, and the network that whatever the fans think of me, whatever you all may think about me, I still have a really genuine close connection to the group. All the ladies love me, and hey, even Kenya loves me. So with that being said, I can just find it very funny how she popped up at the party, just camera ablazing. But also, Kinfolk, is another part of this rumor, and the last part of this rumor, that I think that is both truthful and also a little interesting, and it's this. You know, there is some truth to the fact the way Portia can get back on the show. This is a very, I think, tried and truth way for her to get her piece back and to get back on the platform is to show the connection. Now, give Portia some credit at this point. She understands that isolating from the group was never a good thing, and she is working and trying to get back in with the group so she can eventually, hopefully, get back on the show. Smart idea, smart plan. I mean, I'm gonna give her that much credit. The only interesting thing about this is I feel like it's just too late for this season. And then this is where we got to see Portia really put, the pedal to the metal, her foot on the gas, because now that now that the ladies are about to finish up filming, this season, they're finna go into about another 6 or even like 8-month time frame where they're not filming up until the reunion. So if Portia wants to have a legitimate chance of getting back on the show come fall, she's gonna have to put in about 8 months of some solid work or integrating herself back into the group dynamic. Unfortunately, she missed the train for this season, but now that she sees the formula and she sees how the formula is working and has worked for Cynthia, I think that if she really wants to get back on the show, I think she very well can if she continues to implement this plan. But it's going to take a lot of dedication. It's going to take a lot of focus. And one thing we have learned about Miss Portia Guobadia that, she likes the easy, glamorous route, right? She wants to do the work, but not too much of the work. So she is probably going to integrate herself into some probably more significant events and probably not like all the smaller things the ladies might be doing together as a group or as a friend group outside of filming. She might just pop up at the big things. And I don't expect to see her like doing lunches with Kenya or Candy or all the ladies anytime soon. I think she's probably going to pace herself because she's probably realizing it's a long way to go until the fall and she don't want to burn herself out. But Kinfolk, I want to know what you guys think. Everyone saw the pictures, and right now it's all alleged information and speculation. But do you think that this alleged plan of Portia trying to become besties with Kenya and giving her all this love is the right way to get back on the show? Or do you think Portia just should let it go and let it happen organically, her eventually returning back to the franchise? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Alright, Kinfolk, as always, if you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, and comment. And I'll see you guys over on the next one. Peace.